What fool thing is Johnny doing now? Well, he's writing yet another Lee Hacklin mystery, and this one is called Jack Assassin. Here we go, Chapter 2. Monday morning. I was in my often-mocked office. My disobedient window was wedged open. My ski jacket was zipped all the way up to my neck. I was attempting to read my latest literary diversion, The Executioner, War Against the Mafia, by Don Pendleton. But the letters on the page were as meaningless to me as bugs. No disrespect intended, Mr. Pendleton. I'm a fan, but the end of the month is fast approaching like a runaway train, and I was lying in front of it, bound and gagged like Penelope Pitstop. My rent was due, my car payment was due, and I was doomed if I didn't get a client soon. Other than my morbid fear of spiders, my kryptonite was my stubborn adherence to that tried and true adage, a fool and his money are soon parted. You were wrong, Thomas Tusser. I blinked my eyes at the elevator down the hall, just like Samantha Stevens. And I laughed when the doors actually opened. Life hardly ever works this way, but when it does, oh boy. A well-dressed, middle-aged couple stepped out. They were holding hands. Ah. A slightly younger man, wearing a long sable fur coat, followed him. I don't like to get on my high horse, but geez Louise. They entered my office. I stood, walked around my desk, and introduced myself. Sorry it's so cold in here. I'm Lee Hacklin, at your service. I shook hands with the couple. The other man pointedly folded his arms. It suddenly got a whole lot colder in here. I'm Bert Grady, this is my wife Glenda, and this is our lawyer, Preston Rawlings III. He doesn't like it when I leave out the third. Look at me, Hacklin. I'm putting all of my cards on the table. We're here against my best legal advice. I have nothing but contempt and disdain for you. If you're sold out of everything else, I'll take them. Are you married, Mr. Rollins? Why? That's none of your business. Fine, I'm divorced. Maybe you'd like to meet my mother. The two of you have some common ground. Please take a seat. I'll start on coffee. I pushed my swivel chair towards Mrs. Grady, and she blushed as she sat. My, a gentleman. Rollins brushed something imaginary from his status symbol and said, Tell that to the families of his victims. This man is an American Jack the Ripper. I turned on my coffee maker. Hey, baby. And said, Jack Tripper? Thanks. Did any of you watch Three's Company last night? It was a rerun, but I watched it anyway. Mrs. Roper thought that Mr. Roper was having an affair with Chrissy. But it was all a misunderstanding. Those writers sure know what they're doing. Your coat, Mr. Rollins. Nice coat, Mr. Rollins. Where'd you get it? Endangered species are us. He's his own biggest fan, that John Leister. Happy Sunday, everybody. Don't forget, God loves you. And so does Johnny.